Okay, this is kind of a tough episode because it's got a lot of bad news in it. If you want to skip ahead to episode 7, it's a lot more pragmatic and optimistic. But this one, I go through some developments that have not been particularly good. But I'll give you a summary so you don't have to watch the whole thing. So cancer returned, and statistically the outlook's not great. But the good news is there are treatments that I'm hoping will help quite a bit, and I'm pretty optimistic. So that's the summary of this episode. If you want to continue on, see the grim details, stick with me. Otherwise, I'll see you in episode 7.
Last time on my journey with prostate cancer, I had just gotten my 4-month PSA check, looking for 0.02, which is called undetectable. This one was 0.31. Crap. To illustrate this, pretend you went out in January and you got some delicious cream donuts and you put them in the fridge. Now, months later in June, you remember you have delicious cream donuts in there, but they've gone bad. So you got to get them out of the fridge. And you get them out of the fridge and you throw them away. All good. Unless that delicious cream has rotted and seeped out of the bag. Then you've got to do something. It's got to be cleaned up. If you play your cards right, by your spouse. So the urologist says, I'm out of ideas, steps away from the table, and in comes the oncologist. When the PSA goes up after a prostatectomy, we call that biochemical recurrence. It means there's probably still some prostate cancer cells in there. So what I want to do is I want to get a PSMA PET scan. Wow, you look a lot like my urologist. Yeah, I get that a lot. I know what a PET scan is. What's a PSMA PET scan? PSMA PET scans are special PET scans. We inject you with a radioactive material that binds to proteins on the surface of the prostate cancer cells. And it helps us identify where those cells are, if there's a cluster of them. I don't expect to show anything though, because usually it doesn't show anything unless the PSA is above 0.5. Well, I'll be. They did find something. I thought nothing would show up if my PSA was under 0.5. Yeah, that is a puzzlement. Oh, here's why your PSA is now 1.01.
Now, I hope you never have occasion to say the words I'm about to say, but it was good news that they found a tumor. Because we knew, since the PSA is increasing, we knew there were prostate cancer cells. So if they find the tumor, they can treat it directly. If not, they have to wait, and I don't know what kind of treatments we would have done. We had to wait till it pops up somewhere else, and that would have been a really nervous game. And it was in the prostate bed where the prostate had been removed, that same area. So theoretically, it hadn't spread very far.
So that was the good news. We know where the tumor is, and there's a straightforward treatment for bombarding that tumor with radiation called radiation therapy, and that will kill the cells. And then using hormone therapy, or called androgen deprivation therapy, to starve the cells of testosterone, which they like to feed on. And we'll talk about that a lot in episode 7. Now, there was some bad news, and that was everything else. Because, all right, we're back. We asked 100 oncologists the best Gleason score for long-term survival after recurrence. Mike, you're on. What do you think the number one answer was? Well, mine was an 8, and my oncologist seemed pretty optimistic. So let's go. Gleason score 8. Show me Gleason score 8. Oh, no. Actually, Gleason scores 8 through 10 have the worst outcomes. Much greater chance of dying early. Okay, let's try again. What do you think the oncologist said was the best time to recurrence after the surgery? Oh, well, maybe if it comes back fast like mine, it hasn't had time to spread very far. So let's go less than 3 months. Show me less than 3 months. Oh, no, that's definitely the worst. Mike, we're trying to find the best long-term survival outcomes. I don't want to play anymore. Just one more. What PSA doubling time after recurrence comes with the best outcomes? Mine tripled in a month. So what the hell? Show me that. Show us tripling in a month. No, Mike, I'm afraid anything less than 3 months doubling time is the worst outcome. I'm so sorry, but we have some, better not say, don't say it, have some party, don't you say parting prizes. We have some don't say it. We have some consolation prizes for you, Mike.
I told you it was going to be a rough episode, but I'm optimistic, and here's why. My doctors are good, cancer medicine is evolving every day, and I'm 63. Well, I'd like to make it to 80. I don't have that much desire to go beyond that, and I really feel like there's a good chance that even with aggressive prostate cancer, I can make it up to the late 70s. On episode 7, I'm going to tell you a little more about the treatment that I've been undergoing. Radiation therapy, androgen deprivation therapy. In episode 8, I'm going to talk about my routine for staying positive during all this.
Hey, a note on etiquette. Some people say, oh, you got the good kind of cancer because the long-term survivability of prostate cancer tends to be better than some other cancers. Please don't say that. As you've seen in this episode, there's a wide range of seriousness in prostate cancer. People die of prostate cancer every day. And those that don't die, the surgery and the treatments can really hurt their quality of life. So it's best just to say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, and maybe, can you tell me about it? Till next time.